All right, family, so we're recording a little bit differently today. Normally I record on my tablet and it's just not charged at all. And so we're going to go ahead and record this on the phone. So looks a little different, but maybe you can't even tell on your end. Okay, so today, you already know what time it is. Get your drink, pull up. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for supporting me and all my wackiness, all my opinions, all that good stuff. Today, I want to talk about food. Imagine that, okay? Blows my mind how I still have people, and some of it is innocent. They really don't know yet, right? They haven't peeped game. But I still get people who are like, why are you telling people to stockpile food? Why do we need to stockpile food? How much do we need to stockpile? Why? What's going on? Why would we need to do this? It's just crazy how there's a lot of questions with the why. Why are you saying to stockpile food? You know, and some of it really is innocent, you guys, because people are so blind. They've had blinders on for so long. They're not really paying attention to anything. And therefore they really don't know, right? And it's irritating to people like us because we talk about it all the time. We say do it. We know the importance of it. And then you have somebody come out of left field like, but why? But why? Like a little child, right? So doing this video today, you know, so that you can get prepared and, you know once again, some current things that are happening that should be concerning to you in regards to your food. And again, why it is important right now today to be stockpiling food. Okay, so let's get into it. Let me find my sheet because I'm doing two videos today, you guys. Should be stockpiling food right now because of one of the main concerning things. Ice Age Farmer talked about this. A lot of the ladies brought this up in our Discord channel as well. And that is almost the thought process or thinking that our food is being attacked. Several companies in the last, I'd say 30 days have been attacked, if you will, in the sense of fire. All these places have had fires and they've burned down to the ground. You have Azure Standard. You have a couple other ones, a place in Idaho with some potatoes, another place somewhere else. Was it Millgrain? Somewhere else, right? So you have all these large food distributor type places catching fire. It's so funny to me because, and again, you can take this as a conspiracy or not, but when we had gas issues and you had people actually standing in line for the pumps, panicking a few months ago, all of a sudden you had all of these gas type places, lubricant type places, places that manufactured and put together these products catching on fire. And now all of a sudden we're being told, hey, stockpile food, stockpile food. And now all of a sudden these places, these food distributors are having issues and having fires and having their properties destroyed, okay? Wasn't just like a month and a half ago, there was a large Walmart, same thing. So this is the theme. And what's crazy is you pay attention to patterns. You pay attention to the stuff that like, wow, what a coincidence that like in the last 3 weeks, at least three major, huge food distribution places catch fire. I mean, coincidence? I don't know, you know, and my first thing is it's attack on our food system of some sort, of some level, okay? Next thing is the freeze-dried places. The food distributors that their company is freeze-dried food, low. Okay, so reason to stockpile food is all these companies who specifically work in the field of freeze-drying food and long-term food, you know, storage options for food, are sending out all these crazy letters saying they can't get food. They can't get enough food to be able to freeze dry it to then sell it. Isn't that crazy? One could say, hey, maybe there's more people that are feeling like they need to prepare. And so, you know, they have some of the highest numbers of customers this year, right? And so maybe that's playing into it. But baby, I'm telling you, something's going on. It's not cool. This is a sign that there is a problem coming and already here in a lot of ways within our food supply chain already. Okay, so when you have big companies saying that they cannot procure stuff, they cannot get the food needed to sell their product, that's an issue. Okay, a sign already has been all these fast food places that run out of stuff. Hey, we don't have no more chicken. Hey, we can't sell this sandwich anymore because we can't get the particular ingredient that goes in something. Okay, those are signs. Just like all this, those are reasons why you should be stockpiling food when you start seeing major problems with your food, within the food industry. Okay, recession right around the corner, man. Recession is coming. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not an expert. I can't tell you when, but it's coming, and it has to come, you guys, for us to get out of any kind of situation with our money situation. Okay, as a country, recession is coming. That's going to be hard times for some people, and with that, there's all types of other things that happen: loss of job, loss of homes, homelessness, starvation. All this stuff happens. Okay. Not to mention food is through the roof right now for inflation, and it's going to go nowhere but up. So recession is coming. That is a reason why you should be stockpiling food, to get ahead of that situation. Okay, you should be doing it because of economic collapse, recession, economic collapse together, right? You know, you could wake up one day and the dollar isn't worth anything. Okay, so you prepare for that. You should be stockpiling food for the day that falls out from underneath us and people start losing their jobs and can't make money and can't buy food because they don't have the money to do so. Okay, so stockpile food for issues like that. Some people right now are stockpiling food because they're desperately trying to still prepare through this wave of inflation. I did a video yesterday on inflation. Didn't get that many views. I mean, I guess people are not concerned about the inflation. Inflation to me is huge because that is money that is just getting spent like crazy. And the saddest part is that it's going to go up, right? Already feeling it in our guts now. You know, imagine a few months from now. Next thing I have is fertilizer issue. Again, did another video a couple days ago on fertilizer issue. This should concern you, that farmers can't get their hands on fertilizer or having to cut back their crops because of fertilizer. That goes into the whole food chain supply situation and what our personal farmers and farmers around the world are able to produce and not produce. Okay, that's a reason to stockpile food. You should not just be laying around waiting and being like, the stores will always be open, there'll always be food, farmers will always be able to grow stuff, and there's no problems, you'll be fine, and not stockpile food. That's like the wrong thing to do, or in the wrong mindset. Other thing is bird flu, out of control. You know, they're killing millions upon millions of birds, and eventually you get to the point where that's really going to start disrupting the supply chain in regards to chicken and eggs. And then we'll go further into home chicken and home eggs laying and all of that stuff. Okay, that is a problem that can go way left and have major overreach of government if that gets if that, you know, as that develops. Okay, that's a major problem, and again is another reason why you should be stockpiling food. Another thing is the China COVID thing, right? Off the chain right now in that country. I'm not saying it's going to come here. I'm not saying it's going to be off the chain. I'm not saying anything about lockdowns, mandates, anything like that. I'm talking about we get so much stuff from China that you should be concerned because, and if you're a family who tries very hard to not purchase anything and buy anything from China, perfect, right? I'm not talking to you then, but there is a large majority that shop from Amazon, to include my family, a large part of this country that gets their stuff from China, whether they know that or not. And so when you have this huge issue that is happening in that country, if you just take the actual thing out of it and just talk about all those people that are not working, businesses that are shut down, manufacturers that are shut down, all of that stuff that is shut down and can't be ran, that is product that cannot make it to us. That's why we had shortages before during the pandemic, because full countries like that were shutting down, having issues. Okay, and now you know, the difference to me is when it first popped off, they weren't really sharing their numbers. They weren't really sharing what was going on with them. What they were trying to share with the world was that their numbers were way low. It wasn't that bad, when the rest of the world was just going nuts and going crazy and showing their numbers and just like, this is out of control, right? And now on the flip side, we're seeing it's hardcore there right now, right? It's a huge situation, but it should be concerning to you on the one fact in regards to food, because of so much stuff that we get from them, okay? So much product, so much medicine, so much pieces and ingredients of things that we get that go into certain things. That should be concerning to you, okay? Foreign events, obviously, we've been talking about this, the impact of Russia, Ukraine, different exports, imports, how that's going to affect our supply chain. Again, another reason, not by itself, you guys, that the whole world's like, oh, the war is causing everything. For the people that are just not paying attention, they're listening to the media that, oh, war, it's, you know, it's the war is what's doing this. It's Russia. Baby, all this stuff has been brewing over the last several years, okay? If not decades, some of this stuff, okay? So the idea that, oh, this war just popped up and now everything has broke loose because of that only, ridiculous, okay? So just know that it's not just that. It's several things that have just been on a real slow boil. We're just going through it. We're in a soft SHTF. We're in it, you guys. This isn't, oh, what might happen one day. We're in it already. We're already going through it, okay? Next thing I have on here is government warning, right? These governments, different governments, telling their people to prep, to stock up, to stack food. China was warned, stack food, stack food, stack food. They were warned on the pretense that it was a farming issue. It had to do with crops and weather and things like that. And hey, stockpile, we're not going to have as much come in, whatever. And now look what's going on. Our own government recently, I don't know, a month ago or whatever, warned, hey, finally said the words, hey, stockpile food, which was crazy. You had some smaller governments, some mayors, some different people that run different states telling their people, hey, stockpile food, stack food, whatever. Listen to that, you know, even though that's just a little tiny bit of what they should be telling us, it's still something and you should be doing so, okay? It's scary when they finally open their mouths and say, you should do this. That's like, wow, okay? And then the last thing I have is weather and patterns. Weather and patterns and weather has been so crazy lately that it's hard for the dynamic for growing food overall is changing. People are having to relearn how to grow things, how to make their seasons go through different weather patterns that they're not used to going through. You know, one hailstorm, one rainstorm, one thunderstorm, one or two nights where it drops to freezing or freak snow, you know, or freak flooding. All of that stuff affects somebody who grows food, whether you're a little backyard farmer, you know, little backyard, you know, gardener, or you're a full-fledged farmer. That stuff matters. I mean, you had those last year, those hurricanes going through, tornadoes going through, and they were destroying large fields of crops, right? Major flooding in eastern states. Tons of crops that were destroyed because of unprecedented weather, unprecedented flooding, stuff that they had no idea that they need to even protect their crops from that year, and just destroyed, okay? And so when you talk about farmers, you know, having issues with government overreach, you know, can't get fertilizer, governments trying to procure and take their land. You have them having to deal with the weather and different wild weather patterns and stay up on that. It's not like a backyard gardener where I can like throw some sheets on some stuff and I can try to protect some stuff because I looked at my weather app and I saw that there's some weather coming, right? And I can throw some pots on some stuff and cover some stuff. You know, you're talking about fields and acres upon acres, hundreds of thousands of acres that, you know, a farmer, you know, can't protect, okay, when something freak happens with the weather system. So again, these are all reasons to that it is important, very important. There's all types of minor things. You know, you lose your job, have food. This inflation thing, you need to have food. Things happen, okay? And having that security of stockpiling food and having your own pantries built up and then working on that long-term storage food is important. And it's more important than it's ever been in all these years of prepping. And what are we prepping for? And what we're prepping for what's happening right now. That's why you've been prepping for years. That's why you're prepping now, baby. Even if today's your first day and today's the day you decided, like, I'm going to start prepping. This is why you're doing it for the today. You're doing it for what's going on now, not for 20 years from now. You're doing it because we're in it right now. Okay. We just don't realize it because people are oblivious. Okay. So I'd love to hear in the comments below your guys' thoughts. I really want to hear in the comments below, help people. You know, why do you think it's important to stockpile food? Why are you guys stockpiling food? Why, or what was the deciding factor that pushed you over the edge that said, hey, this is the reason why I need to stockpile food because this, and this is happening, or this has happened to us and it made us realize we needed to have more in our stockpile. Okay, so I hope you have a blessed day. Happy Friday. Do the things. Do something relaxing. Do something with your family. Be productive. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Take care. Bye.